There's going to be all eyes on Mumbai right now. At about 9 a.m, the farmers who've been marching for the past 6 days are expected to head to the State Assembly to Gherao it. Now, it's a sea of red that arrived in Mumbai yesterday, reached the Azad Maidan in the financial capital before the crack of dawn. There was a lit-up Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus that provided a spectacular backdrop as this farmers contingent, at least 50,000 of them, walked through the night for 5 hours to arrive at the Azad Maidan this morning. Why did they walk through the night? Because students have their board exams today, and these farmers who value in education, many of them haven't had a chance to be educated themselves, decided they did not want to inconvenience these young students at the start of their careers and their lives. Now these farmers today in their unique protest plan to surround the State Assembly to press for their demands of a complete loan waiver, fair pay and transfer for Adivasi land to farmers who've been tilling it for years.
Go for an exam, what it means for a student to be appearing for an exam, and we don't want to be extra trouble for them at any point, and that is why, in spite of marching the entire day in the scorching heat, they just had dinner and chose to walk the entire night so that they could make it here by 6 o'clock in the morning and not inconvenience these students. And that they did because of course in the conversations that they've had with the Minister Girish Mahajan so far, he did tell them about the students' exams today, and he appealed to them that, perhaps if they could find another way out. And the farmers said that, well, perhaps we'll walk all night. It might sound simple, but it's not that simple when you've been walking, 6 days in the hot sun. I have walked perhaps for a day, and I know what it takes to sort of just keep walking the entire day in that sun. My legs are aching, so I can only imagine what these farmers have gone through, barely wearing chappals and walking in this heat, but walking to make their voice heard because they believe that this is their right and they have to be heard. I have with me some of these farmers who've been here just now. They've not even had a meal after getting here, just about freshening up because they've been walking for all these days. आपसे जानना चाहेंगे पूरा रात चलने का जो निर्णय कैसे लिया गया और क्यों लिया गया और सब कैसे राजी हो गए? आप लोग कैसे राजी हो गए?
ते मराठीमधून मी सांगितलं ना त्याच पद्धतीने का आज आहेत परीक्षा 10वीच्या मुलांच्या, त्या परीक्षांना अडथळा येऊ नको, गाड्यांना अडथळा येऊ नको, आणि म्हणून गिरीश महाजन साहेबांनी सांगितलं का तुम्ही माझ्याकडून एवढी रिक्वेस्ट करा का मी सांगेन तेवढं ऐका. आणि म्हणून आमचा जो लीडर आहे आमदार गावित, त्यांनी सांगितलं का आपण 1 वाजता निघायचं, आणि पूर्ण आम्ही पायी चालता 1 वाजता निघलो, इथपर्यंत पोहोचलो. आमच्या बरोबर परत गिरीश महाजन 2 किलोमीटर आमच्या रॅलीमध्ये सामील झाले रात्री 3 वाजेच्या आसपास, आणि ते पण आमच्या रॅलीमध्ये आल्यानंतर इथपर्यंत पोहोचलो. कुठलाही अडथळा होऊ नको, कुठलाही म्हणजे काही अडचण येऊ नये म्हणून आम्ही इथपर्यंत पोहोचलो.
What he's basically saying is again what I was saying, that he said that there was an appeal from the government that class 10 students are appearing for their exams. We thought right on our part to not create any problems for other citizens who perhaps work as hard as us. And this is the kind of perhaps understanding that we do not see in protests these days, where people are out on the streets at the drop of a hat, inconveniencing people, breaking stuff, public transport. But here, look at the discipline. They all walked, and ironically, when people went back to check if somebody had been left behind at Somaya ground, not one person was left. That's the kind of discipline this protest has been following all these months. And you can see all of them here. They're all here sitting now. Again, quiet, discipline, only raising slogans when they're asked to, walking, following instructions, not a single incident. And that's perhaps what's stood out for any one of us who've observed these protests, because they've all been extremely sincere about what they believe in, and also beyond that made an effort to ensure that their protest does not become problematic for other citizens.